Hello, Miro Relic here. I've decided to create this video because of the situation that we are in now. As you know, the coronavirus is spreading and there's a lot of people that are concerned about what's going to happen next. In my work as a professional coach, I'm really big on helping my clients become resilient and build their resilience so that they can endure and propel themselves in any type of situation, and especially when we are dealing with major change or major changes that are happening now. Some of you may know that I have lived through a civil war that happened in the early 90s, and I, as a civil war survivor, I find a lot of parallels with what I lived through and what's happening now. So, although this is not a full-scale war, it is, in a sense, a war where we don't really know what's going to happen next. And that actually creates a lot of uncertainty, and that creates a lot of anxiousness and anxiety for many people because we are not in control anymore and we're not in our routine anymore. I've actually recently published a book titled Insights into Effective Coaching, where I discuss how to deal with major changes. For me, in this video, I would like to just address the question that I was asked today about, and it's a very simple question, and it was my client asked the question, and she said, well, Miro, how do you deal with everything what's happening every day? So my answer to this question is this: every morning when I wake up, I ask myself a question: how am I feeling? And I ask my partner that question. I call my parents up and say, hey, how are you feeling today? I talk to my sister, I talk to my friends. It really is important in a situation like this where things that used to be normal, they're not normal anymore, that we ask this question, because it will help us to stay connected with our own feelings, and most importantly, it will help us to stay in control of our feelings and our own situation. Because if you're not in control of what's happening outside in the outside world, you gotta stay connected with your own feelings. And that's the answer to that question. And I actually, believe it or not, I've learned this 25 years ago when I was stuck in the basement when we were bombed and we had to live through the Civil War. So, and there was no electricity, there was no running water, and so on. So the situation was really different in a way that it was more difficult in a way. There was no electricity, there was no running water, and so on. But there are similarities here that I always, even 25 years ago, I asked myself the same question, how am I feeling today? And that helped me stay sane, and that's actually really important in a situation like this, where people are not going to work, people are stuck in their homes and stuck with their children, and children are not in kindergartens anymore, and so on. So it's really important to ask yourself that question every morning and to try to see how are you doing. So my question for you is, how are you feeling today? And you're welcome to make comments and respond, or you're welcome to send me a private message. I wish you all the best, and stay healthy and stay well.